Hey, Peace Warriors. So today we're going to talk about something. I swear I did not make this up. I actually heard it at a seminar I was at, and she used this phrase, and it resonated so strongly with me. So today we're going to talk about, drum roll please, passion quota. Now, you hear about passion quotes, and of course, we all know what passion is, but we're going to talk more about what that is and how it relates to your life's passion quota. Hey, Peace Warriors. So it's Sally Ann. For any of you new here, I am from Heaven's Light Wellness. I'm the founder of Heaven's Light Wellness, and I like to call myself your energy bestie, your spiritual guide, like your angel guide to your guardian angels, and also your empowerment guru. So we're talking about honoring that passion fire within you that fuels your purpose. And that's really what a passion quota is. It is the time that you're choosing to spend towards something that fills you up, that makes you passionate about where you want to go, that says, this is the direction I need to be in. So I'm calling that our passion quota. Is the quota part is the amount of time that you actually desire to spend in your life, how you decide to fill in these beautiful moments that move you into your life. Now, we all have a lot to do, right? So, Sally Ann, one more thing you want me to do? Not really. I want you to think about what draws you, what pulls you, because you know what happens at the end? You build a life you don't want to escape from. You build a life that's better. You build a life that you see. And so a lot of people say to me, well, how do I do that? I'm telling you, this is one of the ways to do it. So your passion's not this random thing. It's sacred. It's guidance. It's your way to get where you need to go. Because remember, the amount of time, energy, and the heart that you devote to the things that inspire you versus the things that just fill your calendar is what this passion quota is. So yes, you may have to remove some things from your calendar to fill them in with something that brings you joy and direction. So what's passion, or what's the definition of passion? So it really is this energetic force that pushes you forward when your path feels really challenging, when you feel really stuck. Then look for your passions. What is it that I want to achieve? Now, you may still feel stuck, right? But it helps motivate you, push you forward, brings creativity into your mind, and it'll strengthen that commitment to your dreams. When life feels so heavy or uncertain, really that passion, if you can get in touch with it, that's I'm going to call it the spiritual fuel that pushes you forward. So this way you can recognize your dreams. And when you recognize what your dreams are and you recognize this passion push, that helps you realign. That gives you the step and the motivation to go, to move to the next step, or at least to think about it, right? And you know what I say? If you have these thoughts up here, those are dreams, write them down. Then they become goals. And that's how you can create these goals to go into the next step, to take aligned action for yourself. So how do you find your passions, right? People are like, oh, I don't know how to find my passion. What I want to tell you is I want you to think about all the things that come into your head, and I want you to say to yourself, is this burdensome? Or is this something that is really an invitation to what makes my heart soar? That's how you can find your passion. That's how you can decide what the next step is. Why am I stuck? What do I desire? Oh, I'm really attracted to drawing. I'm really attracted to journaling. I really want to find myself into gratitude. I really love being surrounded by kids. Okay, so once you step into that place, you say, well, there's an invitation to go into that space of happiness. You want to be surrounded by kids. Oh, I love theater. Oh, maybe I can volunteer at a community theater. Maybe that is the awakening for your passion, that you become a director, a set designer, a costume maker, or you work the front of the house, right? So these passions become your North Star. They become your guidance, these invitations to being and finding your space. And a lot of times, at least I like to think a lot of times, is that they become more than what you do every day, right? Because sometimes what we do every day, you should always be passionate about what you do, otherwise don't do it. But sometimes work becomes work. But how are my separate passions? What are those invitations coming to? Am I getting TikTok messages a lot? Or are people using the same word over and over in the last 2 weeks? Do you feel like things keep showing up in your life? Remember, these are spiritual invitations. So this way you can find your passion, you can align with it, and then you can move forward. Okay, so let's talk more about what a passion is, because it really is this beautiful, powerful force that helps you grow, helps you heal, helps you transform your inner self and your life, right? It gives you the courage to overcome the obstacles that are in front of you, even if you put them there, right? And also to strengthen and expand beyond like your doubt, like beyond your self-doubt. Sometimes we really do get in our own way, right? So remember that these passions are, they can change the world, and they have changed the world because people have decided that they need to overcome their own obstacles in life and that they want to go forward. And there's a lot of things that are out there in the world right now today that were created because of someone else's passion for them. Look, it could be the chocolate chip cookie. You know, a housewife did that because there were no such thing as chocolate chip cookies in the 1940s. She just chopped up a whole bunch of chocolate and threw it in the batter because she wanted to make these cookies, but she didn't want to melt the chocolate and go through that process. She was passionate about it. She was passionate about cookies. She created the chocolate chip cookie. Did you know that? That's a fact. You can look at that up. But there's also things about that are about humanity that we have created, about kindness that we have created because we have felt passionate about it. Special Olympics, the Olympics, how we treat people every day. I mean, think about driving a car, right? Someone had really passion about moving forward, helping technology go forward. Think of AI, right? A lot of us don't like AI, but think about the passion that someone had to have to overcome some fear or other technical problems to be able to help others that can't communicate well or need assistance in graphics, how to make the world. They were passionate about that. And that is how the world evolves, is by bringing these passion moments forward and fighting through and changing their own minds and the world's minds. And now I want to talk about, how do we honor our passion? How do we decide to make an action of self-love and self-trust? Because it really is all about, do I trust myself with this concept? Do I trust and love myself enough to know that I can do this? There's this great little book by Elizabeth Gilbert. I think it's called, I'm going to get the title wrong, but I'll put it in a link below. But what she says in this one part as a writer is that there are these concepts, and I used to be in the advertising world, and we always used to say, there's all these ideas floating up around in the world, and we would snatch them down, or they would come to us when they needed to come to us. So we had to trust that they were the right things to do. And in Elizabeth Gilbert's book, it's called Big Magic. That's what it is. I knew I'd remember. She talks about writing this book and how it came to her and why it was important, all the research she did around it. And then she pushed it to the side because life got in the way. And ironically, she winds up meeting another really good friend who has the exact same concept for the book. It's not a spoiler alert. You should really read it. She writes it really well, of course, but it was so profound to me because it's happened to me. There were concepts that came into my head that I pushed aside, and then a friend winds up making it a big success. And I'm not jealous of that. I didn't honor myself. I didn't honor or trust that I could do that, but I was able to witness that for someone I loved and cared about. So know that when you have this great passion in your life, and it could be as big as a book or a business idea or a great meal that you want to make, when you can do that for yourself and step into this self-love and this self-trust chakras, right? Think about solar plexus, the hardest thing for us to really recognize about ourselves. We get to choose our own authenticness over what other people's expectations are. And we get to live in trust instead of fear of failure. Now, when we follow those exercises, they can inspire you. They help you live in alignment with your higher self. And that brings energy that is wonderfully radiant and magnetic and impactful. So this way, your passion can be your next step. Okay, so let's get back to it. How do we raise our passion quota? How do we do that? We do it by being self-initiated, right? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep anymore, and this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at projects, endeavors that come up that are meaningful to me. And they should really reflect like your own personal values and your curiosity and what your soul says, right? These soul callings. Now, I am a big, passionate person about theater. So a lot of where I fall goes to the theater world, either community theater, professional theater, because that's what resonates with me. So how do you make this work for you? Start to listen to the invitations that come forward. So this way, then you can start making your passion products part of your passion quota. Okay, so where are these invitations coming from, right? How to find these passion projects that can lead you onto purpose and abundance and settling. Because remember, these are a little more than a hobby. Passion projects are things you are willing to give of your life, of your time, sometimes of your money. So I have 3 questions for you. The first question is, where's my energy flowing? Where do I feel it going? Where are the invitations in my life? Think about it. You can write that down, right? This is going to be a process. It may take you an hour or 2 throughout the day, cumulatively, of course, to find these answers for yourself. Or once that you know that they're there, is to recognize them. Okay? So that's the first one. Where's my energy flowing? What is it attracting? Where is it going? What's the invitation that's waking me up? And then you can say, what passion project has been like whispering at my heart? You know, some people are just called to do things. So what's been whispering there that I really think I should recognize and move forward with? Again, some self-awareness, some giving yourself permission to live your best life, giving yourself permission to look at what's in my heart and what do I really desire. All right? Does that sound like a deal? Okay, number 3, how can I honor that? How can I honor that little inspiration a little more each day? How can I honor, that passion that I'm hearing in my head every single day? Just a little bit. Is it writing a note? Is it going on chat, GBT? Is it spending 10 minutes really thinking about what's the next step? And the next step, and the next step, and the next step, right? These can all just be little bites that can create this beautiful vision for yourself, all right? Once you've found your invitation. I know those are really thought-provoking questions. And so, put them down below. Maybe some of your thoughts can help others step forward or say, oh my gosh, yes, that's how I feel. Or, oh my gosh, that's really close and something else resonates with them. So share welcome the community, and start your journey on getting this dream down to goals by just filling in the comments below. So, and lastly, really, when you intentionally create this passion quota for your life, and there's no time limit, okay? You don't just like enrich every single day or your schedule by filling that in. You get to elevate your spirit. You get to, create a huge impact on your community or yourself. Your community can be big or small, on your tribe. And you can live in this beautiful, divine design for your life. So remember that a passion quota lets your passion lead. It lets your light expand. And the truth is that it ignites your heart into guiding you exactly what you're meant to do. You know that phrase, there's two most important days of your life, the day you were born and the day you realize why. This passion quota may help you answer why you're here. Peace warriors, thank you for being here. Remember that you are loved beyond all measure from me. And if you need to talk to your guardian angels or feel like you need a different connection, I'm here for you. Book an appointment. Or if you have questions about this passion quota, I am so thrilled to find out what you guys have decided is the invitation to this new and beautiful and expanded life.